Hello everybody, my name is Athieno and welcome to my channel of Rainbow Six Siege tips and tricks. So today we're going to be looking over the role of Maestro and everything you know about Maestro. I have almost like many hours on Maestro, and I think I played Maestro more than the average player, so I definitely think I'm a lot more advanced than Maestro. But what I want to say is I stream almost every single day on Twitch. If you want to catch my streams, ask me questions. You can follow me on Instagram where I post clips and highlights on my YouTube videos. Also on TikTok as well, I answer to a lot of questions. So make sure to follow my socials and on Twitter as well in the description. But I chose Canal because I feel like this will explain and help you guys visualize what you need to know with Maestro. So we're going to go over the role of Maestro, Maestro's abilities, and all his weapons and all that. And at the end of the stream, or at the end of the video, we'll go over his cams. So, the role of Maestro. Maestro is an anchor or a flex. He makes sure that nobody is coming into sight while the roamers are doing their thing, wasting time and all that, right? So, as Maestro, you're not really supposed to leave sight. You're supposed to stay on sight and stay alive to be on your cams. If you did not already know, your Maestro cams, these, when you die, your teammates are not able to move. You as well, you're not able to move your cams. So when you're alive, you're the only person that can move the cams. Your dead teammates cannot move them. Nobody can move them except you if you're alive. So make sure you're careful about that. And I'll get into the more in detail about cam at the end of the video. So the main role of what you're supposed to be doing every game is you're absorbing info for your team. You're getting on cams at the beginning of the round, and you're the foundation of the defense. So what I mean by that is, like, you're staying in sight, you're staying alive, and you're getting on your default cams. You're getting all these kind of stuff. See all these cams on when you press the button. You kind of see where the enemy's pushing it from. You let the roamers, hey, they're coming this side, be aware, blah blah blah, because roamers are busy doing that kind of stuff. So it really helps out. A good anchor will always give information to their team, all that kind of stuff. So when you're playing Maestro, he's definitely more on the patient side. You have to play smart, and you're kind of the last on the line of defense. If you're not patient with Maestro, you're not going to be good with them, because you're going to get aggressive, you're going to lose your life. But when you die, again, you can't move the cams, and you're basically a 3 armor with a really good weapon, and you're kind of like the last line of defense. When all the roamers die off, and the last 2 attackers are coming to sight, it's now your turn to have that gunfight. So play patient, play smart, and always remember, get ready to always be in a gunfight no matter what. Just because you're an anchor does not mean you get to sit back on your phone and do nothing for your team, you know. So don't be lazy, don't be Echo. So let's move on to his weapon and his frag power, all that kind of stuff. Maestro has a LMG. Oh, what the fuck? Switch weapons. There you go. So he has an LMG. I personally use flash hider and a holographic on it. I don't have laser on it because if I want to hold an angle, I could get pre-fired pretty easily. So as an anchor, holding is pretty important. So you have an LMG that's really good, and you know, 81 bullets, right? Yes, you have 81 bullets, and you might get tempted to reload when you do this, right? Oh, we gotta have 81 because, you know, OCD, blah blah blah. But it's really important to know when is it safe to reload and when is it not safe to reload. Let's say if I used up all my ammo, I'm at 20 bullets, right? And I'm right here, right? And let's say this breach is open. There's people coming in from this doorway right here, right? And then there's a teammate that is kind of like he's like gotta have a gunfight right here, right? If let's say I really need to swing on this, but I was too busy reloading. Sometimes reloading makes it so you are like you're not existing as a player because you're in cover, you're reloading, and your gun is not up. You're not able to refrag everybody. So definitely knowing when you have enough bullets to handle a situation. But let's say also like pre-reloading, I would say, is also really important. Let's say if 30 seconds left, you have 24 bullets, and the enemy's about to make a push in, and you're just kind of holding an angle. Take that extra time to reload and make sure you don't you have enough ammo to get into multiple gunfights and really pre-fire and hold the angles off. With 81 bullets, you shouldn't just be, you know, shooting when you see an enemy. Maybe pre-firing, maybe closing off a certain angle. Maybe that's like if you see someone, like if they're trying to get past this door right here, maybe like, you know, alert them a little bit. That way they like, you know, kind of like distracting the enemy a little bit as well. That's what I kind of do. So your secondary, you have a pistol with rotations and all that kind of stuff. So this pistol, it can make rotates pretty well. If you struggle with making rotates, all you have to do is just draw a circle. Everybody knows how to draw a circle like this. And then boom, look at that. Instant rotate right here. Don't be like spamming it like this and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you could do that, but it's really less consistent and effective. So just make small crouch ones like this. You remember, you don't have much ammo, so make it fast and quick. Don't like start off at the middle like this and then make it like that. You're just gonna waste a lot more time and ammo, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't see the time limit on this wall, so we'll get into the cams when we go back here again on the bottom site. All right, so we're back, and one thing I want to add is when you're an anchor, for any kind of anchor or any kind of player in general, this applies to anchors just because usually you're mostly alive. Let's say it's a 3v5, correct, right? The attackers have plenty of time in the round, and they're kind of pushing the way into sight. If you know where a little bit are, when in 3v5, that's when you have to get aggressive on defense or attack, because you have to even out that man count. If they expect us on defense or attack, whenever your team is in the man advantage, expect the other team to do dumb peeks, because they're trying to even out the gunfights, and that's where you kind of capitalize on them. So when you're anchoring and you have that kind of 3v5 situation, that's when you gotta get aggressive. You gotta stop being on cams as much. The only reason you're on cams is because you have 4 other people who have guns up, and they're kind of looking around for you know, the attackers as well, right? So once you have a 3v5, you have to get off your cams and know when you need to become a quote-unquote a fragger now. You have to start taking gunfights, all that kind of stuff. So you have to be confident. Don't be scared, because if you play scared in any kind of operator, you're going to choke and mess up. So moving on to the Maestro cam is probably the most important part of Maestro, besides the LMG, is that Maestro's cams are bulletproof, and you can literally move them like ridiculous amount. Like the amount of eyes and reach that they can see 90 degrees. They can see, like, it's insane how they can move and see. And they even have thermal. Like, you can see like attackers, like the thermal, you can see them all easier. So I think what a lot of Maestro cam players do wrong is not placing them with purpose. Your cams are just thrown around. They're not having a purpose. They're not watching a certain angle, and they're not in position to be effective. What makes an effective Maestro cam, you might ask? An effective Maestro cam is in a choke point. It's attackers have to use utility to clear out your Maestro if it's really bugging their push. I had a canal, a defense, and a guide for if you want to know how to defend canal a lot better, but we're gonna focus on Maestro for now. So if, like, let's say this whole room, right, attackers can come from the breach or they can come from Skybridge. So what would be the best way to see both at the same time? A Maestro cam. I think really getting Maestro cams in tricky spots that can see 90-degree angles, that way they can turn around and all that kind of stuff. Having them so they can see the most sight, but as well be efficient. So the reason behind this Maestro cam is because information and shooting drones and all that kind of stuff. So I move right here. And if you struggle getting a Maestro cam in like a spot, like if it's like not showing up, just hold down your mouse and then just like move your character around, like just go like this, and eventually your character, if you're holding down, will eventually just stick onto whatever surface is available. So the purpose of the Maestro cam is shoot drones in sight. You can see this, you can see plant, you can see people come from Skybridge. Leave it like this when you die. I'll get to the end of the video why you should leave your Maestro cams all in good spots. So this one's for info, right? Also, another good one is like in 90 hallway over here. But let's say if I want to use a Maestro cam not only for info, you can also use Maestro cams for shooting drones and destroying hard breaches. Let's say if I had it right here, you know, like think about this on every single map. Where can you put a Maestro cam in an unexpected safe spot that could potentially destroy Hibana pellets, ace charges? Remember, your Maestro cam can destroy anything. Like, it can do damage to anything. That means like any kind of utility, even thermite charges. Like, how sick is that? So that as well. Don't forget you also have barbed wire. Put your barbed wire in just choke points of like you know, high traffic areas where attackers might be coming in from to alert your fellow teammates, all that kind of stuff. And don't be afraid to lose them. I think what makes a good Maestro player is being confident in his cam spots, whether they get destroyed or not. But you have to be, don't put them in spots like, oh, I don't want my Maestro cam to get destroyed, so I'm gonna put it like right here. That way I can, no. A good point of a Maestro cam is that you have to clear utility, and you have to waste the attacker's time and their utility to clear out your stuff. So make sure it's in a weird spot. That's what makes Maestro cams good, because that takes away, again, their utility. It's just really important that attackers have to waste time on your stuff. And a thing on cams is that I struggle with this problem, is that I sit on cams way too long, and it ends up hurting my team. It's because I should have been watching an angle, or I should have been, you know, helping them out, but I was on cams way too much. Don't rely on your cams to win you the round, or to it's not always the best situation, because that means your gun is down, your guard is down, and you're vulnerable. So I've gotten many times where I've gotten knifed on my cams, shot on my cams, all that kind of stuff. But you have to tell yourself, okay, I need to get off my cams. I need to watch this angle for my team. The cams are always there for dead teammates as well. And that's what another thing I want to say for your Maestro cams. When you put them down, don't forget to turn them at the beginning of the round. Because if you, let's say you accidentally get spawn peeked, your Maestro cams are looking at the floor. You know what I mean? Let's say if I had this Maestro cam right here, right? Let's say I put this here, right? Like for some reason, like it was like this, right? And I'm putting barbed wire down, or I'm like talking to a teammate, and I get sprayed through this window. I'm dead. Oh wait, my Maestro cams are looking at the floor. I could have put them right here, and I could have looked at them when I'm dead, you know? All that kind of stuff really, really matters. Putting your Maestro cams in the right spot. Let's say that you had it on the floor, right? If you had your Maestro cam on the floor, most likely it's looking where you place it. So like it's stuck like this, you know. Make sure your cams are always in a good spot to act as a bulletproof angle. So even if you die, you still have that presence of being a Maestro cam and all that kind of stuff. And don't be afraid to use them as a distraction. Maestro cams are really good for shooting drones. Like imagine the amount of info you can deny by shooting someone's drone. Now they can't drone sight. They don't know you can have a teammate hiding in this spot, right? So it's really about knowing when to open up your cannons, when to not open up your cannons. Because if you open up your cannon just to shoot at somebody and they destroy that, boom, that's a whole Maestro cam down, and that's like a lot of info done. So know when it's worth to stun somebody. The only reason I tag somebody is if they're not looking at the cam, or if they're, you know, they're in a gunfight with a teammate and I'm not nearby. I can just like zap someone, maybe for plant denial as well. If someone's planting, you know, a full Maestro will get them down to, I think it should down them. Otherwise it should get at least like 70 health off of them in a full rotation of a Maestro cam. So remember, don't be on cams too long. Don't expose your cams too much. Don't be afraid if they get destroyed, all that kind of stuff. Remember, Twitch drones, if they have a Twitch that's constantly getting your Maestro cams, a good tip is to look up. Even if an EMP, a Thatcher, always look up on your cams. That way it can, you know, help out not losing them too much. And just overall for Maestro it's just like, he's just such a good operator. I love to use info ops like Echo, Maestro, Smoke. I just love holding down sight and using utilities to the max. So if you can really learn how to use Maestro, all of his utility to the maximum potential. Barbed wire, his pistol, his LMG, and his cams. And the fact that he's a 3 armor and a 1 speed, it doesn't matter. He can take a lot of shots in. So you really have to look at the optimistic sides of Maestro. Don't be like, oh, he's too slow. Oh, his gun's terrible. No. You gotta use him right. So what you can learn from this video, let's get an overview of what I said in this video so far. I know it's been a long video, stick with me, but this is coming from someone who plays Maestro on the daily and I have a lot of experience on them, and I'm really glad to share this information with you guys. So 1, the role of Maestro is to become an anchor for your team, to give information as well, while looking out for kind of like holding down sight, make sure no attackers are sneaking in and that kind of stuff, having your gun up, being ready for those Amaru, Ash rushing, all that kind of stuff. So basically, in the first beginning of the round, you're gathering info for roamers, and you're basically watching out for any kind of people rushing the site. So number 2 is the weapon and the frag power. Most of the time, you don't even need rotates for like impacts, all that kind of stuff, because you have the Maestro pistol that can make rotates for yourself. You have a very, very powerful LMG. Don't be afraid to pre-fire with this thing, because sometimes it can save your life. Also, you know, really good. Learn how to control the recoil. Learn how slow it is, and when you should take gunfights with it, and all that kind of stuff. Your cams. The 3 things I can say about the cams is, remember, place your cams with purpose, whether that's info, wall denial, destroying drones, and don't be afraid to lose them. Don't be afraid to put them in really risky places. Get creative with the Maestro cams. They can stick to anywhere in on the map. That's what makes Siege really unique, is that you can put them anywhere. Door frame, floor, wall, you know, on the top of the counter. Get creative with it. You know, just gotta play the game a lot. Maybe even try getting these really good, your own Maestro cams. Use them as a distraction. And remember, don't be on your cams too long inside the round, because sometimes your team might need your gun up. But otherwise, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video of Maestro. I know it's a long one. Hopefully I can edit some stuff out. But if you guys aren't subscribed, we just hit 3,000 subs. I appreciate you guys very much. If you want me to do a mastery guide on like echo, smoke, all that kind of stuff, I'll be glad to do that. I'll be having videos. I'll try to get more of them every day. Sometimes I slack a little bit, but you know, I'm trying to get as much content as you guys as I can for you guys on every platform, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. So make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share with a friend, and good luck learning Maestro.